Hi, I'm Sean Gannon, and this is Minute Math, and today we're learning about area between curves.
Minute Math, when you need help you use Minute Math.
We're given these equations here. Y equals a negative x to the third power plus 6x, and y equals a negative x squared. And we want to find the area of the region enclosed by the curves. Well, first thing is I want to see where these functions intersect, okay? So what I want to do is I'm going to set them equal to each other. Negative x to the third plus 6x equals a negative x squared. And now I'm going to see what x values cause this to be equal. Well, let's solve this. Bring x over the other side. We have negative x to the third plus an x squared plus a 6x equals 0. Now, if you're like me, I don't like seeing things in a negative the first term here. So actually, if I pull out a negative x here, if I pull out a negative x, I'm left with a positive x squared minus an x minus a 6 equals 0. Okay? So now we're going to, see if we can factor this a little bit as well. We have negative x here times this inside part actually factors x squared minus x minus 6 becomes an x plus 2 and an x minus 3. And now we can set each part individually and solve for x. Hopefully you can see that x equals 0, negative 2, and a positive 3. So we're going to have two integrals here to deal with, okay? Our integrals will be from negative 2 to 0, so we integral from negative 2 to 0, and then from 0 to 3. So let's deal with the first one, negative 2 to 0. We want to see which equation is on top, which one's on bottom within that interval, okay? Between that interval, I picked an x value of a negative 1 for each one. So if I can fit this in here, make a little break here, okay. Negative 1 and for x. In the first equation, I put negative 1 for x, and I got an output of a negative 5. The second equation, negative 1 for x, gave me an output of a negative 1. That means negative x squared is above, over that interval, the first equation, negative x to the third plus 6x. So when we write this integral, we have a negative x squared first minus the first equation, negative x to the third plus 6x dx. We're going to do the same thing on our interval from 0 to 3. And I picked another value between 0 and 3 was just positive 1 to keep it easy. Positive 1 in for x for our first equation, and I got a positive 5 within that interval. The second equation, I'll plug a positive 1 in, and we get a negative 1. Okay? So that means on this interval, the second one, the first equation here, first equation is the one that's on top. So we rewrite that here to be a negative x to the third plus 6x. Okay? And we subtract this second equation, negative x squared dx. Alright. Now it's a whole bunch of simplification. Okay? So we want to simplify and then combine our like terms. So we have negative 2 to 0, combining my like terms here. My highest term is just x to the third power. We're subtracting a negative x to the third power, adding a positive x to the third power. Then next term is x squared, so we have a minus an x squared here. Then minus the 6x dx. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. Second one, integral from 0 to 3, do the same thing. Negative x to the third is the first term. The next one's going to be a positive x squared minus a negative, positive x squared, then plus a 6x dx. So now from here, we need to find our integrals, okay? So the first one here, the integral of x to the third power is the x to the fourth over 4. And the integral of negative x to the third squared is negative x to the third over 3, not too bad. Integral of 6x is a negative 3x squared, and we're integrating this from negative 2 to 0. Same thing here, negative x to the third power is a negative x to the fourth over 4, plus integral of x squared is an x to the third over 3, and the integral of a 6x is a positive 3x squared, and we're integrating this from a 0 to 3 now. So our rules still apply, like always, it's just two different integrals that we need to simplify with. So we first plug in 0 on this first one here, and for x, and that gives us a 0. We subtract when we plug in negative 2 in for x and simplify, and I did that for you, and I got a negative 5.3 repeating. Same thing here with the second equation. We plug 3 in for x, and when we plug in 3 in for x, we get a 15.75. I did that for you. Minus, when we plug 0 in for x, we get a 0. Okay? So now let's go, we'll simplify this. The minus and negative 5.3 repeating is plus a positive, so 5.3 repeating, plus a 15.75. And that comes out to be a good old 21.083 repeating. And there we have it. My final answer here for the area between the curves is a 21.083 repeating. I hope this video was helpful for you, and if it was, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and like this video. This helps us make more free math lessons for you and for everyone else. So as always, thanks for watching.
Minute Math, when you need help you use Minute Math.